You've seen these AI baby podcasts everywhere. They're all over your feed, racking up millions of views, but no one's actually telling you how to make them. I decided to test this trend myself, and the results were insane. I have one of the most viral clips out there. It was the Catch Me Outside clip from Dr. Phil, and it got over 3 million views, and my account grew over 10,000 followers in just over 24 hours. I don't know if you can see that, but that is just in over a day. At some point, I was getting over 200,000 views an hour. Now I'm breaking the silence and I'm showing you exactly how to make these viral clips in less than 30 minutes. And all you need are 3 specific tools: ChatGPT to generate your image, Hedra for the animation, and CapCut for the final editing. And all of these tools are super easy to use. I will also share some bonus tools so you can take your video to that next level. I've tested every method out there and I've distilled everything that I know into 5 simple steps that anyone can follow. There's no complicated tech skills required. This trend is exploding, so start now if you want to stay ahead of the curve. And stay with me for the next few minutes because you're going to have everything you need to build your next AI viral baby video. Let's dive in. All right, let's do this thing. So step number 1 in order to make your viral AI baby video is to find the clip that you want to use to go viral. Now in this case scenario, I am using a Theo Von video because this guy is funny and he goes viral all the time. Now keep in mind, if you have a podcast or there's a video that you want to film that you want to turn into an AI baby, you can do that as well. You're going to follow the same exact process. So step number 1 is to take your video and to drag it into CapCut like I did here. Obviously, this is a super long podcast and we don't want to make an hour-and-a-half video. We want to make a quick, short, and viral video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and find that best moment.
Out of this restroom, what they've got up there is just a broken toilet. That was fun. And the other thing I want to talk to you about is...
Okay, so I found a moment that's already going viral. So what I want to do is have this white line sitting right over where I want the video to start. And then you're going to go over here and press split. Or you could do Command B, but I like to press split. It's a lot easier. And then what we want to do is we want to find the end of the viral moment.
I'll get it's just some old shirts you don't want anymore. Like I can tell that they're like your bad shirts. They're not even nice shirts.
So I found the end of the video, and just like I did in the beginning, I want to press split again. So you can see as I zoom out, we have the beginning of the video and the end. Now we need to get rid of the videos that are in front and behind it. So all we're going to do is press on the video and press delete on your keyboard, or you can right click and you can press delete here. So now I'm going to delete the video in the front, and you can see here we got a solid 30-second clip. And if I play it,
and the other thing I want to talk to you about is, dude, you got to stop sending. You got to stop. I don't know if you're doing it as a joke or you're trying to be nice. Stop sending me your old clothes. Oh yeah, sorry.
Okay, so the reason I chose this clip, 1, I already know it's going viral on the internet right now. 2, everyone loves baby Theo. But 3, everyone knows that with a Theo Von clip, it's going to be funny and it's going to build up and it's going to get even funnier. So that helps with the retention rate on my videos. So the algorithm is going to detect that people like it. They're going to watch it. They're going to share it. They're going to like it. And it's going to push it out to even more people. So now the next step of the video is we actually want to take the audio file and separate it from the video. And once we do this, we'll come back to the audio file, but you can go ahead and get this step over with. So now that we have the clip that we want, we're going to go in the top right and we're going to press export the video. Now it's normally going to be just like this, where it shows the video, it shows the frame rate that you're downloading it in. But what we want to do is turn off video and we want to turn on audio, and you want to make sure it's on MP3. It should automatically be there, but just in case, make sure it's there. And then if you want to name the audio, I make a lot of these clips right now, so I get very disorganized, so I would name it. So it's going to be Theo Von funny video. And then I'm just going to export it to my computer. So it'd take a few seconds and you're good to go. Okay, so the next step is turn these speakers into AI babies. Now, keep in mind, if you just have one person and it's just you on your podcast, then this step is going to be a little bit easier, a little bit faster. If you want multiple steps, I'm gonna show you how to do that in this video. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna find a really good frame in this podcast that I can then screenshot and I can throw it into ChatGPT. So Theo is laughing a lot, which is great. But if we see right here, this is probably the best frame that we can get. I could always go back in the video if I want to, but the white line is over the video. And then what you wanna do is you see this 3 lines right here. We're gonna tap it and we're gonna press export still frame. And then I'm gonna say Theo Von clip. Now, if you want to, technically you can screenshot the photo on your computer, or you could just screenshot it on your phone and send it to your computer. That works as well, but since I'm already in CapCut, I'm downloading things on my computer, I like to keep it organized. So now we need to find a clip of Caleb, which should be pretty easy. So right here, I would say is pretty solid. It doesn't have to be perfect. Obviously, the better it is, the better result you're gonna get. But we're gonna put Caleb funny clip, and then we're going to export that photo as well. Okay, so the second step to making your viral AI baby video is going to ChatGPT and using the 4.0 version. The reason I'm doing this is because it's the most up to date. It's the one that's making all these crazy trends where you can turn yourself into a Ghibli animation, you can turn yourself into a Simpsons character. This is the most up to date, accurate, and pretty cool model. Okay, so this step is pretty simple. Now we wanna press the plus button right here that says add photos and files. Then we're gonna press add photos and files. Now, if you want to, you could technically just drag and drop the photo into it just like that. But I'm gonna go to our CapCut folder where it exported it. And you can see right here, I've got some other projects I was working on, but it has the Caleb funny clip and the Theo Von clip. Once again, if you have just one character, you're only gonna focus on the one character, but I'm showing you how to do 2, which actually helps with retention in some cases. So we're gonna press open and you can drag it in here if you want as well. And this prompt is going to be very, very simple. Okay, so the prompt I like to use is make this photo into a baby and make it 9:16. The reason you want to do 9:16 is because it's going to condense that photo and make it into short form, because we're making short form content. And then we're just going to press go. And within a few seconds, maybe a little bit over a minute, it is going to generate the photo for you. And in some circumstances, it's going to give you 2 different options. And you can see here, it is currently generating 2 different models with us, and we will see what it comes up with at the final edition. Okay, so you can see here, it has now generated the photo. It gave us 2 options. I will say this is a more complex photo, especially compared to what I've dealt with in the other edits that I've done, just because there's so many words and letters and whatnot going on. But I would say it did a pretty good job. You can see one of them has the headphones and one of them doesn't. If you want to keep the headphones, you can. One thing it is lacking is the goatee. So I'm going to see if it's going to add the goatee. And remember, if you want to fix or change things, you can do that with ChatGPT. You can even take a photo of a different background and throw it in here and it'll change it. So I'm just going to say, make sure to add the goatee, but keep everything the same. And we'll see what it comes up with. Okay, perfect. So after a few little prompt tweaks, I now have the baby Theo with the goatee, which you can see here. And like I said, ChatGPT might not get it the first time. It does a pretty good job, but if you want to add or remove things, you can just let ChatGPT know and it will. So now we're just going to download the photo just like this, and I'll just keep it that name. And we're going to follow the same exact process for the other guest. So we're going to add the photo just like this. We're going to import it, and we're going to say, make this a baby and 9:16. All right, so now we have Caleb generated, and I think it looks pretty good. So now we're gonna follow the same process, and I'm gonna download his image as well. All right, so this is where it gets fun. Step number 3 is we are gonna go to Hedra.com. And Hedra is an amazing tool. It's this next generation image creation model, and you can create videos off of it as well, where you can take anything and everything you're thinking of and turn it into a really, really cool photo, and you can animate it as well. Now, in all transparency, there is a free model, but if you're wanting to mass produce these videos, you're probably gonna have to sign up. And I would start with maybe the creator package, because this this is gonna give you a decent amount of credits. I stacked up on credits. I got over 13,000 just because I'm mass producing. But if I were you, drop the money. You can get a lot of credits. It's probably gonna work a little bit faster. And then we're gonna go over to video. Now, before we start doing things, there's a few settings you wanna make sure you have. The first one is you wanna make sure you're on Hedra character 3. Then we wanna make sure we're doing a 9:16. Once again, 9:16 is short form content. It's gonna be on 720p. And then we need to add in the audio script. Remember, in the beginning of this video, I had you download the MP3 file. That's what we're gonna put here. So we're gonna press the plus button. We're gonna do upload audio. Now, if you want to, you could record your own audio or you could generate some AI speech as well. But you can see right here that we have the Theo Von MP3 file from earlier. So we're gonna upload it, give it a second, and then we're gonna press add to video. Now, since we have two different speakers in this video, remember, we're gonna have to do two separate ones. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with Theo Von. So we wanna press start frame, and then we wanna grab Theo Von, and we're gonna press upload. And then you wanna put a prompt in here. Now, this prompt is different than ChatGPT because you are wanting to feed it human-like emotions. So you can mess around with it, but the prompt that I've been using is make this baby look like he's talking naturally on a podcast. Add realistic mouth movement, light head motion, like he's in a conversation. I've used that for most of my videos. It's worked for my videos that are getting millions of views. And then all we're gonna do is press the arrow. Now, I'll be honest, Hedra takes a little bit longer to generate than ChatGPT, but it is well worth it. So just give it a second to generate. It'll eventually tell you, hey, 30% done, 80% done, and then eventually done. All right, so baby Theo has now generated. So I'm gonna play it now so you can kind of get an idea of what it looks like.
And the other thing I want to talk to you about is, dude, you got to stop sending. You got to stop. I don't know if you're doing it as a joke or you're trying to be nice. Stop sending me your old clothes. Oh yeah, sorry. I'll get a package from you, and every time it's just some old shirts you don't want anymore. Like I can tell that they're like.
Okay, so that looks pretty good. And I know you might be thinking, Nick, Caleb is saying Theo's part. There's a reason for that, because remember, we have two different angles. I'm gonna make both of them. So with that said, we're now gonna generate the other angle. We're gonna keep the same settings, Hedra, character 3, 9:16. We're gonna add in the same exact audio file as well, but now we are gonna add in the other angle. So just like that, we're gonna upload, and then I'm gonna go up here and press copy, and then I'm going to use the same exact prompt, and it's gonna take a few seconds to generate. And just like that, we have the other angle. So what we wanna do is we wanna download both of these angles, and then we will go back to CapCut. So we're gonna allow, and it's gonna download to my computer. All right, so step number 4 is editing the video in CapCut. All right, so I've now added my 2 videos to my CapCut file here. What we need to do is we need to change the aspect ratio to 9:16 because remember, we want it in short form. Now, some people edit different ways and you'll probably find that other ways work better for you, but I like to keep this main clip here because I like to see when they cut back and forth, because usually in the original video, they're cutting back and forth to help with retention. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to put Caleb's clip right there, and then I'm gonna put Theo Von's clip right here. And then we're gonna make sure it is full screen. So we're just gonna zoom in just like that, or you can zoom in over here. We're gonna do 120% on both. So zoom in just like that. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mute these tracks because we just want the audio from the bottom one. Once again, this is just how I edit and it's how I'm most efficient, but other people might edit differently. So since there are multiple guests and there's multiple camera shots, we're gonna have to edit back and forth. And I'm gonna show you exactly how to do that. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm actually gonna press on the eye. So this is gonna hide the angles. I'm gonna see where it shows Caleb and where it shows Theo. So we can see it shows Caleb for the first bit.
And the other thing I want to talk to you about is, dude, you got to stop sending. You got to stop. I don't know if you're doing it as a joke or you're trying to be nice. Stop sending me your old clothes.
Okay, so right there, we got quite a bit of time with Caleb. So you can see right here, it switches. So remember that this one is Caleb, this one is Theo. We don't want to see Theo. So I'm gonna press delete left, and it's gonna delete all of Theo. So if I press the I, you can see it shows just Caleb's shot right here. So then I'm gonna turn this off again, and we're gonna see how long it shows Theo. So it shows Theo till here, and then we're gonna do that. And technically, if you want, we can leave Caleb's shot like this because this isn't gonna negate it. Or if you like it to look super clean, you can just split it here, and then you can split it here, and then you can delete just like that. So then we're gonna do the same process. I'm going to show Caleb here, show Caleb. This one's a pretty easy one. There's not a lot of back and forth, at least in the beginning. So then right here, we are then going to delete Theo, and then Theo is gonna pop up here. So we show Theo for a little bit there, boom. I'm just following the same exact process where I'm splicing it up, and then I delete it. I'll show you guys the timeline so you can see it there. So you can see we still got it going. And then it shows both of them. If it shows both of them, you can kind of just do what you want with that. Maybe do a quick little back and forth, but it shows Caleb here, so we're gonna delete that. Then when it does the split, we'll just show Theo for a little bit, and then we will edit this. So split. And like I said, guys, some people edit different ways. This is just how I do it. It's what works best for me. And then we got Theo Vaughn back right here. And then Theo is the rest of the video, so I can just delete the rest of the Caleb. So now when I press play, keep in mind I still have these tracks muted because I want the main one on the back end. You don't have to do that. But that's just how I edit. And then I'm gonna press play, and you're gonna see how it goes back and forth and how it's literally gonna feel like a podcast. So watch this.
And the other thing I want to talk to you about is, dude, you got to stop sending. You got to stop. I don't know if you're doing it as a joke or you're trying to be nice. Stop sending me your old clothes. Oh yeah, sorry. I'll get a package from you, and every time it's just some old shirts you don't want anymore. Like I can tell that they're like your bad shirts. Oh, they're not even nice shirts. You bought me one nice shirt, and the rest of them are just your shitty old shirts.
Do not, bro. That is not true. There's some hitters in there.
Okay, so that was really good. I loved the movements that the babies had. Once again, that was from the prompt that I gave them. And the fact that there was two angles, you go back and forth and you have that feel. And I think this will do really well just because this is a viral clip already. Okay, so the fifth and final step is by adding captions to your video. Now, if you want to, you can do this inside of CapCut. You can go over to Captions button, which you can see there, and then you could see templates, and it's going to auto generate these captions for you. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little biased, and I like using a tool called Submagic, and that is the secret tool that I want to show you in this video because it actually can increase the retention of your videos. So if you want to use Submagic, what I would do then is we are going to download this video. So now that the video is ready to go, we're gonna press export, and then it's gonna automatically be on audio like we had before, but we don't want that. So we're gonna deselect audio, we're gonna press video, and I'm gonna name it Theo Vaughn X Caleb. And then you can export it at this frame rate just because we're gonna export it at a different frame rate in Submagic. So now we're going to press export, and it's now going to download to the same places that it downloaded with the screenshots and with the audio file. All right, so now that our video has downloaded, we're gonna throw it into Submagic. All you have to do is type in Submagic on Google, and it should be submagic.co. So we're gonna go here and we're gonna log in. I already have an account. I edit a lot of clips on Submagic. If you wanna get the full version, I will put a discount code below that you can use. But what we wanna do is we wanna generate captions. You can see all these AI videos I've made here. So we're gonna generate captions, and you can either drag the video into it or you can browse, and we can just press here and go to CapCut, and you can see that video is right there. Now, if you do speak a different language, you should be able to generate in your language there, but we're gonna do English for this one, and it's gonna take a few seconds to load the video into the AI, but it's gonna go ahead and auto-generate these captions on them. Okay, just like that, it has now generated, and you can see here we got a lot of different captions. Now, it's gonna just pick a template for you, but you can always change it. But if I press play...
The other thing I wanna talk to you about is, is, dude, you got to stop sending.
You can see the captions there. Now, depending on the video, I like to use the Beast one. It's like the Mr. Beast captions a lot, just because it's big, it's bold, and people usually correlate the Mr. Beast captions with fun and engaging. And I like to use nice and clean colors. So I just kind of change this to, we've got a blue, we've got maybe a pink, and then maybe a bright green, just because I want to increase the retention on the videos. And we can also change the positioning of it. You can go up and down, you can make them bigger or smaller. And then the AI does pretty good with detecting the words. Sometimes people talk fast, sometimes people stutter or they're laughing and it might miss it. But we're gonna go through here and see how accurate it is. And this style of caption as well adds like these little emojis on it, which I like sometimes I don't. I think for this video, it's actually good. So we're gonna play and see.
Other thing I want to talk to you about is, dude, you got to stop sending. You got to stop. I don't know if you're doing it as a joke or you're trying to be nice. Stop sending me your old clothes.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
I'll get a package from you, and every time it's just some old shirts you don't want anymore. Like I can tell that.
So you can see there it's spelled shirts in a really weird way. So we're gonna change that real quick. No worries. We'll play.
Shirts you don't want anymore. Like I can tell that they're like your bad shirts.
Oh,
they're not even nice shirts. You bought me one nice shirt, and the rest of them are just your shitty old shirts.
Dude, bro, that is not true. There's some, bro.
Dude, it's so funny. So dude was spelt wrong. That's okay. Maybe you even want to have a spelling error in there. That baby video I did, I spelt a not so nice word differently. I spelt garden hose. I'll just say that. And people were commenting like, oh, it's spelt wrong. So that helps with retention as well.
Dude, bro, that is not true. There's some, bro, there are some hitters in there.
Okay, so I'd say overall it did pretty good. I like emojis. I didn't really like this one, so I'll just remove that. But overall, it did pretty good. So now what we want to do is we want to press export in the top right. And I typically export at 1080 at 30 frames, just because you don't want to really export at a super high quality on these platforms, because some of them can't hold it. So we'll press export and then it'll export and then we can download the video. Okay, so now that it's exported, we are now going to officially download the video and we are going to watch our final product.
And the other thing I want to talk to you about is, dude, you got to stop sending. You got to stop. I don't know if you're doing it as a joke or you're trying to be nice. Stop sending me your old clothes.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
I'll get a package from you, and every time it's just some old shirts you don't want anymore. Like I can tell that they're like your bad shirts.
Oh,
they're not even nice shirts. You bought me one nice shirt, and the rest of them are just your shitty old shirts.
Dude, bro, that is not true. There's some, bro, there are some hitters in there.
So just like that, we made a viral AI baby video in less than 30 minutes. So there you have it. There's your step-by-step to making your viral AI baby video. If you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe to Short Form Empire, where I'm gonna give you tips and tricks with social media, personal branding, AI, and so much more. I hope you enjoyed this video, and we will see you in the next one.